What's going on everyone, Proven Gaming here, back at it with another GTA Online video. Okay guys, today we're going to be showing you, in my opinion, the easiest way to scope out the Cayo Perico Island. Okay, now, honestly guys, you don't want to be spending any more than 10 minutes by doing this. Oh, I mean, the first time you do it, you're going to be taking a little bit longer just because it's a new heist, new island, and you're not really going to know where stuff is, so you're going to need to scope out a little bit more points of interest. But once you've scoped out the main points of interest and infiltration points and all of that, you don't need to do it again, okay? So it's going to take you a little bit longer than probably 2 or 3 times doing it. However, after that, you don't want to be spending any more than 10 minutes, and I'm going to show you the easiest way now. Before we get into it guys, if you are new, be sure to drop a like to the video if you do enjoy, and of course subscribe to the channel for all the latest content still to come, okay? So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So of course the first thing you need to do is to start setting up the Cayo Perico Heist. So basically just go to your planning screen, do what I just did there, and launch a gather intel mission. And no matter where you are, if the start of the mission is very far away, which it most likely will be, always use the fast travel function on the submarine. You'll get there so much quicker. You'll get very near your destination, but you will save a hell of a lot of time. So once you've done that, jump into your Sparrow and then head out to the point on your map. Basically, tell you where to go to Palito Cove. You will have some enemies to take out. You're basically entering the island disguised as one of El Rubio's smugglers. So you're basically having to take some guys out, steal the plane, and then flying out to Cayo Perico. So some guys to take out, you can either just land a helicopter and take them out with your guns, or use some of your missiles, but do be careful not to blow the plane up because you're going to need it to travel to the island. Okay, so what I tend to do is just to take out as many guys as I can that are away from the plane, and then you might just have like 1 or 2 left. So just land the Sparrow, take them out with your guns, and then get in your plane and then fly out to the point on your map. So just keep flying south until you get this loading screen here. You will get a bit of a cutscene to watch afterwards of just landing the plane, and now of course entering the island of Cayo Perico. You'll get greeted by this absolutely legendary guy. Well, arsehole actually, that's actually what I meant to say, but he's always saying you're always late, you know, just treats you like scum basically, and just gives you a bit of a search. Come on mate, I think he's just trying to touch you up here. I mean, come on mate, you know I don't have any guns on me. So but once you pass that, once you've actually made it onto the airfield, run over here, and you're going to want to steal this bike here. You're better to use a bike than what you are a car, just simply because there are a hell of a lot of trees, and it's a lot less likely to crash with using a motorcycle. That's all. So that's the reason why we do that. So you want to steal this bike, and then you're going to want to head off to the right hand side of the map. You basically want to make sure you avoid all the cameras and guards. If you get caught by either, then it will basically take you back to the start, and you'll have to start from the airfield again. So just make your way through here. As I say, watch out for the trees, and you want to follow this exact route here. Now I've tried this out several times. I've tried different routes. This, in my opinion, is by far the easiest. So just cut across this road here. Once again, watching out for the trees, just paying attention to your map at all times, watching out for the camera. And at this point, we're just before this checkpoint, before this tower here. You're going to want to ditch the bike, and there is a guard on your right hand side here. It's sometimes there, it sometimes isn't. So take cover behind this skip here. As you can see, there's a guard in the tower on your left hand side. What you're going to want to do is you're going to sort of want to pinpoint when he's looking away. Then you can basically make a run for it, but only to a certain point. There are cars patrolling up and down, so you have to pay attention to your map and just make sure that you avoid them as well. So what I would do is, once he's looking away, run to this location and take cover behind this tree here. There's a guard that's just turned around. There is also a camera just here, so you just want to make sure that you keep to the right of that so you don't trigger that. And then take cover on the left hand side behind this wall here. Once again, there is another guard in the tower on your right hand side, and also a security camera as well. I actually very nearly got caught here, but luckily we managed to avoid it. So then you want to come forward again. Basically, just keep taking cover behind walls and pay attention to your map for when the guards are likely to move. So this guard in the tower right in front of you, once he is turned away from you, then you can basically just make a run for it basically. Now just watch out for cars, as I say, patrolling down these roads here. You want to sort of aim for the middle. As long as you keep out of the view, as long as you keep out of the cone of vision, and then you'll be fine. You'll not trigger the guards or any security cameras or anything like that. As I say, there's a car coming here, so I've just had to sort of duck off to the right here just to make sure that I avoid, and another car on the right hand side there, so I've sort of gone behind it. As I say, as long as you keep out of the cone of vision, then you'll be fine. So you can actually get away with running up this road just simply because there's not as many cameras here, and it is actually a little bit quieter, so you can get away with actually running up this road here, but you want to mainly keep off-road as much as possible. So once you get to this bit, you want to sort of go off to the right and aim towards the communications tower, which is directly in front of you. I've actually skipped a little bit of it out just simply because you don't want to. A little bit boring to see me run all the way there. So you want to look at this point for the control box. It's actually, luckily, it's actually on the ground floor this time. There's actually sometimes a guard directly in front of where we are now, but he's not there on this occasion now. Sometimes you do actually have to search up the tower a couple of levels, but overall, guys, it's no big deal at all. Now, the hack, you have to do this hack here. Now, to me, it is still occasionally a bit of a mix and match. You basically have to look at the number at the top and you have to match it up with the number at the bottom. Now, what I tend to do is start off and find the highest number possible, and then find the lowest, and then the third one should be pretty easy. Now, that was actually quite an easy hack, but it can be a little bit more difficult, but as I say, you sometimes just have to experiment, and eventually you'll get it. Now, once you are in the system, launch the Sightseer app from your phone. If you're doing it solo, you only need to find the primary target. So head for the cameras until you hit the basement. As we can see, we have got Tequila as the primary target for the heist that I did here. Not the best, to be honest with you. It is the lowest amount of money that you get. Now, you can either, if you're doing it solo, you can actually go off at this point, because these other items like gold and stuff you're not going to be able to get because you need a second player for these. But if you are, search through it if you like. I tend to do it. Sometimes I do this heist solo, and then sometimes I get a couple of friends on late at night, and then we just tend to just smash the heist through, and unplanned. So as I say, just scroll through the cameras. Make sure you go all the way from left to right. Make sure you go all the way through, just to make sure there's nothing that you miss. So you get gold, cash, and artwork as well on this. So as I say, you only need to do the primary target if you're doing it solo. You don't need to actually scope any of the other areas out, like the main dock, every single time, because if you know where the extra piles of loot is, which you can get solo, if all you need to do is burn the lock. You don't actually need to scope all that out every time, because it's always going to be there. So all the scoping does effectively is it just puts it on the map basically. So if you already know where it is, then there's no point in wasting your time doing it. Now, what I like to do at this point is get caught by a guard, or if you're at the top of the tower, just throw yourself off the tower and get yourself killed, and you will then actually fast track back to the airport. So you don't need to travel back to the airport. Just simply do what I did there, just get caught by a guard or throw yourself off the tower and get yourself killed. So this actually takes me no more than 15 minutes now. Honestly, it does not have to take any longer than what it needs to. Basically, just do the things that you need to do and don't bother with the rest. So as I say, the first few times it's going to take you quite a long time, to basically learn where stuff is, and learn all about the island and the heist as well if you haven't done it before. So that advice also goes for the heist prep missions as well. Just do the missions that you need to do, like demolition charges. Don't waste your time with that. You do not need to do it, and you'll get this done a hell of a lot quicker. Okay, so as I say, don't make them any harder than you need to. So anyway, guys, hope this helped you out. If you enjoyed the video, please do go and give it a thumbs up, guys. It will be muchly appreciated. And of course, consider subscribing for all the latest content, as there is new content coming very soon to keep up with the latest. And of course, turn notifications on by hitting the bell icon. So thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Stay safe out there, and I will see you all on the next video.